Brody, I feel like we need to start to diversify our portfolio.
Yeah, you think so? What,
Yeah,
we've been talking a little too much sports
we've
here.
been doing a whole lot of sports, whole lot of NFL. We're getting into baseball. I mean, we touched on basketball momentarily. Starting to podcast isn't a one-sided affair. We like to get
Yeah.
after it. We're gonna do a little bit more today. We are gonna talk about sports, unfortunately, but that's what diversifying the portfolio means. So, I'm Alex Desai. This is Brody Minnick. Let's run the music and let's get this thing going.
Welcome to the Starting Two podcast, guys. Glad to have you here. So, like Alex talked about, we're gonna run through a whole bunch of stuff today. Have to hit the sports because we're big into football season right now. We actually will not talk much about college football due to kind of an inadequate scheduling weeks. That happens sometimes. We don't have big ranked play. You have teams that are just kind of skating by. We'll briefly touch on maybe one game, but other than that, we're going to hit some NFL, and then we're going to get going. We got some movies to talk about, maybe some music. So stay tuned, and then, as always, try to play a game at the end of the episode. So, Alex, go ahead and take us to our first topic here.
Yeah, so our first topic is actually none of those things. Brody was Brody, Brody was asking me before. He goes, "How's school, man? How you doing?" Brody struck the fear of God into my soul when he told me about accounting. He goes, "Alex, I got Fs on every single test, every single quiz, but I did all the homeworks and I did all the my projects and I skated by." And it
And
feels like are you?
I showed up to class. Stay in school, everybody.
Yeah, so it feels like our university's aware that accounting is an incredibly difficult course because as soon as you get a 60, that's enough for a C.
Yep.
Um, I'll say I have not gone to class in about 2 months. And yeah, but guess what, Brody?
What's up, Alex?
I got a 92 in that class right now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's nice. What do you? How are the quizzes going?
I don't think I've gotten below a 75 in any singular quiz.
Couldn't be me.
A's on all the projects, A's on all the homework.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for those who don't understand, so like business classes are very subjective and they're very like big, they're broad. So you can take there's multiple levels of each, but Alex and I are both music industry and business majors, so we have to kind of like, dip our toes in the water here, do some business, and take some core classes. But those core classes are very general and low key hard because, like, for example, I take econ and the test is like, okay, what's the definition of economics? So we're actually, it was like open note too. So I had the exact definition that I was taught in class. I look on my computer screen. There is nothing that resembles the definition of economics. It's like if somebody put it into ChatGPT and said, mix this up 100 times. That was the definition that was posted. So I take it to my teacher and I say, what's going on with this? Like, I brought my notes here. I was prepared and like, none of this reflects what we learned. And he's like, I can see how that can be confusing for sure. That one's on me. I'm like, so you're going to replace my grade? So anyways, I graduated, I passed, but they're hard and you have to like legitimately show up all the time unless you're Alex and you have to like do all the homework and projects and whatever. I'm so glad I'm done. But as I told Alex, when you graduate, life doesn't get any better.
Life
You
could be a dream if I could take you out to paradise up above. Hey, if I could.
hey tell the audience how many WVU games you've been to.
I
That's
went to I went
insane.
to a WVU wrestling match last year.
That's you couldn't pay me to go to that. You need to go to one WVU football game before you graduate. You know that, right?
Well, I can't
Why?
because I'm graduating this year, man.
No, you need to go to like Saturday or next the last home game.
I don't want to. It's cold. Brody, I'm
Get
anemic.
tickets. Get tickets for the last home game, dude.
Do you think if you pulled 70,000 Indians out of New Delhi, okay, and said, go to this football game in West Virginia, you know it's going to be 27 degrees and snowing next Monday?
That's football weather.
Yeah, okay, you tell all these Indian people, such as myself, okay, beta, let's go to West Virginia. We are going to walk into Milan Puskar Stadium, and I want you to stay there and watch this game for 3 hours. I guarantee they don't make it past 30 minutes. It's too damn cold, okay? Not to mention, I don't want to get yacked on. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear inappropriate
You're not
things.
gonna get yacked
No,
on.
no,
Oh
no, no,
my
no, no, no.
gosh.
Brody, I am so much happier to, you know how much I love football because we love football, you know? And you and I are huge sports guys and all that kind of stuff. Why would I not want to go watch the game on my television in the
Oh,
comfort?
I love it. I love it. I love the TV. I would rather watch a football game on TV. I can see everything. However, the atmosphere of a football game, the college, you have to go to one college game. It's free. I have to pay now, and it sucks. I never paid for a game. I was in a marching band. I went to every single home game for the last 4 years. Now I have to pay. I had to pay $100 for me and Sarah to go watch us play RMU, which we were beating them 10-3 in the first half. That was like, oh, reality check. Now I don't get in for free. So while you have the chance, go see the last one. Dude, you can check in there for 30 minutes and head out. 10 minutes. Just see the opening. You've never seen pregame. You've never seen the WVU band actually play. That's crazy.
Yes, I have.
No. Look at him.
All right, so we're going to be talking about a little bit of football, but actually, what's most important that we're going to talk about, and of course, again, we're diversifying the portfolio. We're keeping it, we're increasing the spectrum. But what's most important to talk about is we have a World Series winner.
Yes, we do.
So we're going to touch on that a little bit.
All right, Alex. So, guys, we have a World Series winner. If you didn't stay up and watch, basically, if you didn't watch the whole series, you missed out. But if you didn't watch specifically the 18-inning game, and if you didn't watch Game 7, you missed out. This was some prime baseball. This was excellent baseball being played. Lot of big names in this series. Some that headline the MLB currently. So we knew that there was going to be firepower. Alex and I were talking about it the whole time. And then when we got to Game 7, things got interesting. So interesting that me and Alex are in live time going back and forth. Of course, I'm like, 30 seconds ahead of Alex. So he's like, don't spoil anything. But wow, it was good. So I'm going to start off by just talking about how the Dodgers ended up winning the World Series, if you didn't see that. I was rooting for the Blue Jays. I mean, rooting is a strong word. I don't like the Blue Jays either. But I was hoping that money wouldn't come out number one here. Not like the Blue Jays have spent money too. So, but the Dodgers are known for spending, the highest amount of money every year. It's the Yankees, the Dodgers. It's your usual suspects. That being said, they won the World Series. They had a phenomenal pitching for the most part. They had the best player on the planet currently, who actually didn't pitch great his last two starts, but the Dodgers have enough in their rotation to get the job done. The Blue Jays put up a really strong fight. Obviously, we talked about going to Game 7, even with facing one of the best rosters in baseball, both hitting-wise and pitching-wise. So, props to the Blue Jays. They almost had it. And I will say they kind of defeated themselves because there was a point where they had the bases loaded, I believe in the bottom of the ninth inning, where they could have walked it off. When you have the bases loaded and you can't do anything with it in the biggest game of your life to that point, I don't know what to tell you. It's one of those things where Alex knows you have to come and deliver. You have to call on some of your players to get the job done. That's what you're getting paid millions of dollars to do. I know it's hard, and there's somebody else that's getting paid more than you pitching you the ball, but you have to get the job done. That job didn't get done. So then, guess what? The Dodgers load the bases too. Surely they win, right? Right? Surely they get the job done. They get all those runs in. No, they didn't get those runs in either. So what are we at now? We go to the 11th inning. And in the 11th inning, Will Smith, walk-off hero, technically hits the go-ahead run. Blue Jays get another chance on the bottom of the inning to win. Alejandro Kirk is up. We have runners on the corner. We have third, first. All he has to do is not hit into a double play. That's all he has to do. There's one out. Hits a double play, game over. He hits a single, game's tied. As Earl Weaver, the great manager for the Orioles, once said, can't you just strike out and give the team a fighting chance for once? I'd rather Alejandro Kirk just strike out. But what does he do? A broken bat chopper to Mookie Betts. Bang, bang, double play, does it himself. Dodgers won the World Series. Yamamoto was phenomenal. I'll let Alex yap on about this now, but exciting. Really one of the best World Series Game 7s I've ever watched, and a great series overall. So, Alex, go ahead and give me your perspective.
Yes, Game 5 is where we left off. We finished the first 4 games of the series. Game 5, Blue Jays took it, I believe. 6, the Blue Jays lost this game, and that's another game that's also highly controversial because how that one ended, and then Game 7 obviously goes to the Dodgers. I'll touch on Game 6 briefly. 3-1. Blue Jays get their leadoff man on in the bottom of the ninth. Addison Barger hits a frozen rope double, lodges under the wall. A lot of people are going, this is you got to pick the ball up. This is a bailout ruling call for the Dodgers. I disagree, and now you got runners second and third, still nobody out. Regardless if that ball gets stuck or not, okay, the runner from third doesn't matter. Truthfully, it doesn't. Obviously, you want them to score. It doesn't matter. The runner at second is what matters. Addison Barger will be at second regardless, okay? And then Andres Jimenez, when there's one out, hits a little weak pop fly to left field, and Kike Hernandez goes back and throws out Addison Barger. Absolutely electric finish, and I don't know why people are complaining about how the ball getting stuck under the wall really impacted the series. He's either going to pick it up and the run is going to score, and it's a meaningless run is going to score, and Addison Barger is going to be held up at second, or what's it called? What happened and what transpired is going to be what is going to be the story, which is what it was. Another great game, but that's not the a story worth harping over. Game 7, however, is likely the best baseball game ever played, considering stakes, situations, considering the pressure on various points of the game. A lot of people, like prior to this, I would say Game 5 of the 2017 World Series, where the Dodgers and the Astros played, and it was 13-12, was the greatest game ever played. I can't even begin to say how ludicrous this game was in comparison. It was every opportunity there was a chance to score in that game. Both teams, the Dodgers and the Astros, were cashing in. Lots of home runs, all this kind of stuff. This was a pitcher's game. Shohei Ohtani started. Scherzer started for the Blue Jays. Scherzer 41, trying to get his last
really
hurrah.
well.
Obviously, I think most people would say Kershaw's the greatest pitcher of our generation, but biased, I'm a Scherzer guy. I think it's a lot closer than people think. Kershaw with 2 rings, Scherzer with 2 rings. This is also a small narrative for some. Scherzer goes out and starts 4 1/3, gets touched up for 1 run, does his job though. I guarantee John Schneider and the Blue Jays organization was happy that he only gave up 1 run and pitched into the 5th inning. A lot of people thought his leash would be the 3rd. Shohei Ohtani gets touched in the 3rd by Bo Bichette for a 3-run home run immediately. So I think it's like you're looking at after the first third of the game. This is the Blue Jays game to lose 3-0. That's usually uh, a pretty large deficit and a pretty demoralizing deficit in the situation that you're in. Game continues to roll on, continues to go. Dodgers chip it away 3-1. Now it's 3-2. Now it's 4-2. Now we're in the bottom of the 8th. We are exhausting all of our starting pitchers. Ohtani came in first, then Glasnow, then Snell. For the Blue Jays, it was Scherzer, then Bassett, then Trey Savage, who's going to be in World Series lore for being one of the best rookie starting pitchers in baseball history. Trey Savage ends up giving up a solo shot to Max Muncy to make it 4-3. Now we're going to the bottom of the 9th. Jeff Hoffman, the closer for the Blue Jays, has the opportunity to close the door. All the Blue Jays pitchers, everybody, all the players on the front step of their dugout, getting ready to let's jump, let's go. Jeff Hoffman makes quick work of Kike Hernandez. Brody and I are looking at each other. Well, at least they have Shohei. We're texting Shohei. And Miguel Rojas is putting up a good at bat, but nobody thinks of him as a power hitter. He used to be a good contact guy in Miami, which is where he made a name for himself.
He's
But
36, by the way.
exactly. And this year he hadn't had a home run versus a right-handed hitter a pitcher all season. So nobody's thinking much. And then Jeff Hoffman goes back to the well one too many times and throws another breaking ball. Front door is a little curveball slider, and Miguel Rojas stays back long enough to where he can pull it inside of the fair pole and ties the game. And we're looking this. I have not been that shocked about a game in such a long time.
And they didn't even need Shohei Ohtani. That's what's funny. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I like Shohei Ohtani, but the narrative is just always pushed to the front. It's like this, this. And I'm like, this is literally, somebody wrote this in the script for Shohei Ohtani to come up here and win this game.
And
That didn't happen.
It's
It was
eerily,
it was Rojas.
it's eerily similar to how the WBC finished. Um, Japan's captain Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout's captain, USA's captain Mike Trout. You're thinking this is how the game's gonna end. This is how it's gonna be a home run or something. And I was thinking that. I was like, this is mano a mano. And Miguel Rojas obviously ties it. I will say there was a bit of timidity with how Shohei Ohtani played the rest of the game. First pitch outs on both swings.
Yeah.
Not going to see anything.
I think he honestly, I would have been exhausted. This was a
Oh,
long series. He's pitched multiple games, batted multiple games, had some crazy games, one of the best we've ever seen, we talked about. So before this game started, I'm not the manager, and they don't have much options, but I was like, I would not throw Shohei Ohtani to start this game.
mhm.
They don't have anybody else that's a better option, but looking at the human body, there's only so much you can do. Back to back to back. He's hitting and playing at the same time. There's got to be a point where you're like, maybe this isn't the time to like start him, right? Obviously, you're down to game 7. You want to do anything you can to win. You're throwing everything out the fence. But I could tell that like this was going to be tough for him, and it was. And all it takes is one swing to change a game, and both on offense and defense. So obviously, he's the one who gave up that 3-run shot to Bo Bichette. But that being said, he carried through, and his brothers on the Dodgers absolutely took care of business, didn't they? And let's flip to Yamamoto real quick. Yoshinobu Yamamoto cemented himself as not only one of the best pitchers in baseball, which we've known this thus far, but one of the most clutch, cold-blooded players we've ever seen in a World Series.
Not just a World Series,
Sports, yeah.
Sports.
So absolutely, he pitched 3 games in the World Series, and this last one on Game 7 pitched 3 innings, around 3 innings, and took care of business. And the whole time I'm texting Alex, I'm like, no way they're going to put Yamamoto in because there's warming up the boys. We're freaking out. And they put him in, and I was like, okay, this is either going to go horrible. And there were a couple of moments where I saw a look on his face. I'm like, this is too big. The lights are too bright. And then there's other moments where I'm like, this dude's just not even sweating. You know, he's literally just like, he's throwing stuff down the middle. He looks completely composed. So he ended up taking care of business, and obviously Rojas took care of business, being a savior at a second base as well. So he not only did he hit the most clutch home run they needed, he also saved a run by bases are loaded. He throws to home, get the force out at home.
Yeah.
And he's a double-time hero. And this is a 36-year-old veteran who's been around, started with the Dodgers, now is with the Dodgers now. Don't know how much longer he'll play, but insane. That was cool to see. So I'm always down for players that you don't really. Andy Pages.
Andy
Pages, right? What?
Yeah.
Crazy catch.
It's funny talking about Yamamoto. It's shades of 2014 Madison Bumgarner.
It is. Is it actually Pages?
Yeah, it's Andy Pages.
Where is there accent? There's no accent. It's just that's crazy. That blows my mind. Anyways, go ahead. Shades of Bumgarner, you said?
Yeah.
Hey,
Madison Bumgarner threw 3 games for the Giants in the 2014 World Series, excuse me, and threw 21 innings or something around that, 300 pitches in the series, gave up 1 run, came in and pitched the last 5 innings of relief in Game 7 against the Kansas City Royals to win the World Series. It's eerily similar. I'll say recency bias is causing people to say Yamamoto's was better. It wasn't, but still, regardless, a fantastic performance. The defense, I thought I was taking mental notes of this game coming in to this podcast episode, Brody, because the defenses I thought was going to be the story of the game. I was fully under the impression that the Blue Jays were going to win, and I was going to come in here and say the reason that the Blue Jays won is because Vladimir Guerrero Jr. played one of the best defensive first base games I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, it's not just a Vlad game. It's Miguel Rojas making the play, Andy Pages coming in the middle of an inning making a play, saving Kike Hernandez, who could have caught it potentially, but
quite frankly,
he would have
killing him.
He would have had to do a Willie Mays style catch over the head, over the shoulder. Okay, so I think about every facet of this game. The screamer to third base Andres Gimenez had, which is purely unlucky, but Max Muncy being ready, even though he was in infield and bunt defense. You think about every single aspect of that game. This was truly a baseball purist's favorite game. Obviously, I mean, the defense is great. You're playing small ball when you need to, and sometimes the situation doesn't work out. But the bottom of the 11th, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Gets his hands inside on a sinker or a little two-seam Yoshinobu Yamamoto fastball, pulls a double. They got runner on second, nobody out, down one. Isaiah Kiner Falefa, first pitch, perfect bunt down the third baseline. Perfect small ball. Addison Barger, 4-pitch walk. It's chess moves galore. And I'll say this is probably the last thing I'll touch on, and we'll likely touch on this again next week out of the sake of time and wanting to give equal opportunities to what we're planning on doing today. Dave Roberts deserves every bit of flowers for how he managed the final 2 games of this series. He did not make a wrong move.
It's kind of hard to mess up when you have
But
the amount of players
the
he
issue
has.
the issue is, Brody, who in their right mind goes, I'm going to start Miguel Rojas?
Well, I mean, it's a matter of fact of like Andy Pages having he's out of the starting rotation because he's had a good season.
No,
I mean,
that's what's crazy. 272 batting average, 27 home
29.
runs.
Yeah.
Led the second most on the team to Shohei. Fantastic player. 1,712 WRC plus, OPS plus. Played great. In the postseason, he was hitting 059.
Yeah.
So knowing
So it's
when to
funny.
put your guy in, knowing when to take Edman out, who had clutch hits all series, okay? Knowing to keep Miguel Rojas in instead of putting Edman at second or putting Hernandez at second or moving Muncy over or whatever it may have been. There's so many options that you could have pulled here. And I think about the fact knowing when to put your starting pitchers in, knowing, hey, we probably don't have Shohei right now, to pulling him right away. Putting Robleski in, Robleski doing the right thing. Not to mention there was a benches clearing incident. We'll talk about that later. Robleski,
Benches clearing.
Glass
Yeah, no.
now, knowing when to put Glass now in. Snell, knowing when to pull him. Obviously, he's upset at a questionable strike call, maybe. And putting Yamamoto in at the right time. He managed the game perfectly. And obviously, he's got the players that will help him and rally behind him. And it is a godsend that he's got the talent behind him. Okay?
Yeah.
But we have seen so many times in postseason history the right buttons get pressed at the wrong time.
Yeah.
You'll see pitchers forget to pitch. Kershaw, throughout his entire career, has been deemed this postseason. His flaw in his track record is his postseason. Putting Kershaw in, letting him stay in longer, is always the right move, but sometimes it just doesn't work out, and sometimes it's the wrong time. And it's a testament to Dave Roberts knowing his players so well, understanding them as competitors, understanding the team's identity on knowing, hey, I'm going to take you out here, you out here, you out here, you out here. And I think it's just
it's great managing, and that coexists with the fact that they have extreme depth on the Dodgers, and they built that up. So it's like this: you can't do one without the other. You can't have. I mean, I've watched Buck Showalter, who is a phenomenal coach in his career, and coached the Orioles to one of the best teams they've ever had. And then, unfortunately, a couple years later, we have the unfortunate mistake to put Ubaldo Jimenez in as a starter, and crack home run, series over. I've never heard about Ubaldo.
Swing it a drive!
Yeah, so Encarnacion. But anyways, just like it was those and I'm not blaming Buck for anything. I don't blame him. It's like you put in a starter that you have, he's Ubaldo pitched really well that year for the Orioles. He was solid for the Orioles. We didn't have much to offer. That's it's always the Orioles pitching problem. So it's one of those mistakes that's like it kills you. And you think about it forever. And I think Dave he's been there enough, so he's cold. He's a cold MFer. And also, he really knows what his players bring to offer. Like, he knew that Yamamoto would handle that. He knows that putting Andy Pages back in at center field, because he's a great center fielder, making that catch, killing Kike Hernandez, whatever he needed to do to save that play, that's just great managing. He knew exactly what needed to happen, and the Dodgers got it done. So baseball's great. Alex, why don't you take us to our next topic so we can keep it rolling?
We're going to talk about some NFL games here, all right? And I made a little document for me and Brody to study, really dig into. So I'm excited for this. But yeah, let's get straight into it. Thursday Night Football, Ravens, Dolphins. Lamar Jackson, he's back, and he actually is 204 yards, 4 touchdowns for him. Derrick Henry, 120 on the ground. Tua Tagovailoa also has another subpar game for himself. Jalen Waddle does his best, but the Ravens are too much for the Dolphins. The Dolphins offense can't get much going. Bears, Bengals. I think we have our game of the year, Brody. I really do
This
think
was
we
a
have our
great.
game of the year.
Is this Loveland's? Is this like his game? Is he going to be a guy that we wanna pick up on fantasy now?
That's a great question. Obviously, Colston Loveland was in comparison with Tyler Warren at the beginning of the year, both highly drafted tight ends. But
One has surpassed the other, but one of them is also in the best offense in the NFL. So he's had a lot more opportunities. I think Colson Loveland is a great tight end, and I think the play was ridiculous to end the game.
yeah,
But is he a guy that you see really becoming a piece of this Bears offense so far?
yeah. I think it's possible, but we'll have to see some more here. What we are surprised about is that while Colston Loveland had the game of his life, Rome Odunze in a 49-42 match with 500 yards for both teams had 0 catches. He had 3 targets, and he was the 5th most targeted player on the team. I'm sure there's going to be some conversation about that. Jamar Chase, Joe Flacco, T. Higgins all had phenomenal games, just can't get anything done when the defense can't get a stop. Patriots Falcons 24-23. Drake May has another game where he just gets the job done. He gets the job done. Has another interception, but that's all right. If you're throwing 250 yards and a couple tuds, you can get the job done. But hey, by all means. Michael Penix does really well. Drake London has his big game. And the Falcons defense gets a bunch of sacks. Again, 6 sacks between 3 players on that defense. Are we looking at a potential Patriots offensive line issue? Is Will Campbell not getting his job done? We'll talk about that some more as well. Chargers, Titans. This is who cares? I until the Titans do something interesting, I'm not going to talk about them with any intrigue or any care or any thought. They drive me ludicrous. But yeah, Justin Herbert gets the job done. Odafe Owe in his second game or third game since being traded from Baltimore gets 2 sacks, and he's got 3 since the trade. Chargers starting to get in the win column again. Steelers, Colts, Brody will have plenty to say about this. The Steelers defense finally showed up. 5 sacks, 13 pass deflections for them. Aaron Rodgers does enough. Jalen Warren was stopped on the ground but got in the end zone a couple of times. And something notable, DK Metcalf only had 2 catches for 6 yards. Like Rome Odunze, they tied for 5th most on team for targets, which is an issue with these guys. You're paying a lot, so I'm sure they'll have to get a look at that. And Jonathan Taylor had his worst game of the year by 25 yards on the ground. Obviously, that will not suffice, but this is I think most people would agree that Colts didn't have their best game, and the Steelers just knew when to show up, and they did their job. 49ers, Giants, Mac Jones, Christian McCaffrey. Again, another Superman, Herculean performance by Christian McCaffrey. 175 all-purpose yards. And Jackson Dart, while losing by 10 to the 49ers, puts up one of his more complete games. Good completion percentage, no turnovers, good on the ground, good in the pass game. Another good game for them. And despite the loss, I'm sure that they're moving forward with high expectations. Broncos, Texans. If there's a game that deserves to be treated the way the Chargers-Titans games deserve to be treated, it's this game. This game sucked. This game was so bad. I mean, it was just miserable to watch. Bo Nix, sub 50% completion percentage. Davis Mills has to come in for CJ Stroud getting hurt. It was just I can't speak.
There seems to be a theme with the Broncos of having some of the worst games. They have one of the best games of the year against the Giants, but even up until the 4th quarter, the Broncos are like associating themselves. They keep winning, but they're also like really boring.
Yeah.
I don't know. They have a problem.
It's the Eagles of the AFC. And that perfectly summarizes that game. Next game, Vikings, Lions. Lions looking like one of the top teams, if not the top team in the NFL, going in to face J.J. McCarthy on his first game back from injury. And would you look at it? J.J. McCarthy gets the job done. Jared Goff doesn't play bad. The running backs for the Lions do not do their job, though, and outgain and the Vikings outgained the rushing attack for the Lions by almost 70, 80 yards. Defense played decent for the Lions, but just couldn't get the job done. Forced a turnover, held J.J. McCarthy to under 150 passing yards. Turnovers kind of killed, and the Vikings hold on. Panthers, Packers. Yes. Bryce Young's back, baby, and now the Panthers are back above 500. Jordan Love and the Packers go down. Panthers win 16-13. This was not an offensive showcase for Bryce Young, by the way, but Rico Dowdle. Who needs a Bryce Young when you've got a Rico Dowdle? 130 yards on the ground for him. Unfortunate news, Tucker Kraft is likely out for the year with a lower leg injury. He was one of the leading tight ends in football. Obviously, we hope that he gets better, and we never wish for injuries. But another great game for the Panthers and something to be proud of for them. Jaguars Raiders. If the Bengals Bears game wasn't as good as it was, this has a very strong case for game of the week. Geno Smith finally had his coming out party, played fantastic, 284 yards, 4 touchdowns. But Trevor Lawrence, Travis Etienne, do their job with injury bug coming in at the last second. Travis Hunter's on the IR. Brian Thomas Jr. gets hurt during the game and spoils what was a phenomenal and likely will be the best tight end game of the year for Brock Bowers, with 3 touchdowns, over 10 catches, 130 yards for him. So Jaguars keep the ball rolling and get a much-needed win. Rams Saints, do I even need to talk about it? Actually, Tyler Shuck made his debut. Didn't actually play horribly. 175 yards for him. Kept a decent completion percentage. Did throw a pick. But this is the Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Kyron Williams show is it's like the new greatest show on turf. It reminds me of the Rams when they were Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt may have been on that team. It was it's eerily similar, and the Rams roll over the Saints. Bills Chiefs, what was anticipated to be the game of the week, didn't necessarily live up to the hype. Chiefs made it close and interesting at the end, but Josh Allen just significantly outplayed Patrick Mahomes, which is a bit of a surprise. Mahomes had been playing great this year, but Pat Mahomes really struggled to get his feet under him. Didn't have the ground game that they were hoping for, and he didn't rush for nearly as many yards that we probably thought that he needed to in this game, only having 5 yards on 1 carry. Josh Allen again plays great. James Cook, over 100 yards. Dalton Kincaid, 100 yards and a touchdown for him. And we'll move on to Sunday Night Football. Seahawks Commanders. Jaden Daniels, this is going to be the story of the night, hurts his arm horribly while down 30 in the fourth quarter. I do not recommend anybody watch that. However, we're also wishing good wishes and happy health for Jaden Daniels, but this is a story about the Seahawks. Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith-Njigba. That might be one of the best 1-2 punches in football. Sam Darnold started 16 for 16 in the first half, 280 yards and 4 touchdowns, finished with 330 yards, played great. Jackson Smith-Njigba, 129 yards receiving, 1 touchdown, 11 rushing yards, 140 all-purpose yards. That Seahawks team is dangerous. They rout the Commanders. And Monday night, Cardinals, Cowboys. Everybody's thinking the Cowboys are going to win, right? I mean, they're not going to need to make any major adjustments at the trade deadline to try and fix anything. No, I mean, we're not. I mean, it's the Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett starting. Well, Jacoby Brissett earned the starting role tonight, okay? Jacoby Brissett, 250-plus yards, 2 touchdowns, no turnovers for him. Marvin Harrison put Deron Bland in a blender on the goal line with that little slant into the end zone. Amari DiMercato plays pretty well. Dak Prescott throws an interception, doesn't play his best. Javonte Williams fumbles. CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, no touchdowns between them, despite having almost 150 yards and 13 catches between the two. And now the Cowboys feel the need, despite having a 7% chance to make the playoffs, to try and go get, I don't even know, every single person that they, exactly. Quinton Williams is now a Dallas Cowboy after being traded for a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and was there any player compensation? And Mozzie Smith, former first-round pick.
Who was also PFF's worst-ranking defensive tackle this season. So not that really matters a whole lot, but he hasn't been great. So
that's our rundown for this week. Brody, we got a lot to talk about. In the sake of talking about the trade topics that are also going to be mentioned here, we talk about Quinton Williams going to the Cowboys. There's obviously another major name that went to the Colts. Yep. Steelers played the Colts this week. What did you see? Why did the Colts feel the need that they need to go get Sauce Gardner?
So Sauce Gardner now being with the Colts, it's a big pickup, but it's not really. I didn't think they honestly needed this. I mean, Kenny Moore is still playing phenomenal. He had some huge pass breakups. The Colts aren't bad by any means necessary. I'm watching this game with my dad. I actually looked at my dad and I said, there's no way the Colts are a good team. They're not a fundamentally good team. We were questioning Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones at the starting season. We were like, who's going to start? They're both bad. This is not a fundamentally good Colts team. I am sick of listening to these announcers just suck off this Colts team. It's sickening. It's horrible. Everything they do. Well, the Colts haven't done this season. Oh, and they've given up 40 points today. But let me tell you, thus far, they've been so good, and they're still the number 1 offense. Who gives a crap? Who cares? They're down 27-10 at some point. They're down 3 scores. Stop talking about the Colts offense. Daniel Jones is still Daniel Jones. I don't care what people say. I've seen enough. I've watched this full Colts game. I've watched some other things. Jonathan Taylor's a great running back when he has room to run, when they decide to block. The Colts can have the best offensive line in the league, and they also can't. Um, Daniel Jones still had all day to throw. If anybody watched this game, Daniel Jones had a lot of time to throw. Now, he got sacked a bunch. However, a lot of his dropbacks, plenty of room to throw. He doesn't know where to go with the ball, or it's a processing issue, or wide receivers aren't doing their job. Now, Alec Pierce, white boy from Cincinnati, showed up for this game. Big game for him, which usually doesn't happen. Michael Pittman, just snap of the fingers, Thanos, and he's gone. Pittman hasn't had a huge impact, but he should be doing more than he has. I think this Colts team is filled with potential, just like Anthony Richardson was, just like Daniel Jones has potential. He really does. But it's like fundamental football. Is this a good fundamental football team? Is it built on things that we can trust, right? And people have been questioning that all season because a majority of their wins have come against teams with losing records. So they finally play a Steelers team who's not great, but they have a winning record. They have proven ability to score and do things. Now, they do have the worst defense in the NFL. Not the worst, but one of them. The Bengals have clearly taken that title, and the Dallas Cowboys take number 2. The Steelers' defense looked great, and I think it's because they simplified things over the week leading up to this game. They just looked like they were going out to get the ball. You know, T.J. Watt, Alex Highsmith, go get the quarterback, right? Peyton Wilson, linebacker, looked phenomenal. He had a crazy good game, an interception, a pass deflected that ended up being an interception, like a team leading 10 or 11 tackles. Very good game. Patrick Queen did their job. Even the secondary did a pretty decent job. Joey Porter Jr. had a big game, minus the 2 penalties that he's got to stop doing. Joey Porter and Sauce Gardner are the same player. I hope everybody realizes this. They are both very handsy. It's just one of them likes to get called more than the other. Now, Sauce Gardner being an addition to this Colts team. Is it a big pickup? Yes. Sauce has been having a quiet year so far. So I'm imagining that's why the Jets are okay letting him go. They want to get some draft capital. But I don't know if this was a move the Colts really needed, but I guess they'll take it because now you have an all-pro level cornerback rather than maybe spending a first round on a cornerback. So I think it's fine for them. I think it's good. I don't think this is going to, make them astonishingly better. I think they're already a good team. But can the Colts, now they're realizing that, Daniel Jones, I think Daniel Jones has now realized he's actually being built around now. And I think he's going to get his tummy might start hurting soon because they're building around Daniel Jones. Is he ready for that? Because we saw that with the Giants and it didn't pan out very well. So
it's funny. Excluding quarterback, the Colts are and this is before the Sauce trade as well, by far to me the most complete team. Okay.
Good running back, good O-line, good cornerbacks, good secondary.
I love Kenny. Really love Kenny Moore. I love DeForest Buckner. I mean, yeah.
The defensive line's built. It's that's why I say fundamentally good team, question mark, because you have all the talent, you have everything you need. Fundamentally, can they get things done, right? When I look at fundamental, I'm saying once again, we started this season, oh no, Daniel Jones has to start. Who's our other option? Anthony Richardson. Oh no. The Colts suck. I mean, the Colts have not been great. Ever since Andrew Luck, it's been a toss-up. They had Phillip Rivers at one point. It's been a toss-up, right? And they've had some legendary years. So people are really trying to get the Colts back to where they want to be. Jonathan Taylor, when he's healthy, is phenomenal. Jonathan Taylor was a no impact in this game, and it was a little bit because they couldn't run him a whole lot once they were down, and also the offensive line just didn't play up the part. And we're talking about Quentin Nelson, who's one of the best guards the NFL's ever seen. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, they have the talent. These guys have to show up. So I think bringing in Sauce is going to help that because now you're getting more swagger. So
what part of that is too? Was it to me a gross overpay? Absolutely. Now what you're going to say is, and this is a fair point, is it's not going to be top 10 picks. It's not going to be top 15 picks. We're anticipating these to be 25 and later. Okay. However, Adonai Mitchell made a bad decision, or people call him 80. I call him Adonai Mitchell. Made a bad decision a couple weeks ago with the fumble, okay? But you've got Adonai Mitchell, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, Alec Pierce, Tyler Warren, Jonathan Taylor, Mo Alley Cox, if you even want to throw him in there. Mo Alley Cox is your backup tenant. Skill position players. Holy sh**. I mean, they're loaded. Alec Pierce strictly has been the deep threat guy. If anybody's watched football over the last 2 years, it's literally like it reminds me of Jeff Janis or like you know the meme where Dwayne Wade's like, "Get LeBron's down there somewhere."
Yeah,
That's
Alec
what it is
Pierce.
with Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce runs go routes. That's all he does. All right, I'm 50 yards down the field. I don't even know how good this cardio is for this guy. Played really well against the Steelers as a possession kind of guy, as a catch and run kind of guy. And to me, Michael Pittman is with the right quarterback a true number one, not an upper echelon one, but a true number one. Josh Downs is to me Khalil Shakir. And everybody goes, Khalil Shakir, that guy is shifty as all get out. I mean, he knows what he's doing. And Tyler Warren, I mean, statistically, consistency might be the best tight end in football right now, excluding Brock Bowers especially after that game he just played. So it just the offensive line is amazing. Jonathan Taylor, when he's given the proper holes, makes the right decision so much more than he doesn't. I
Yeah,
just worry about Daniel Jones. When Daniel Jones got the 4-year, $140 million contract from New York after the 1 year where he wasn't bad,
he was
he was
average. He was an
average.
average guy.
I looked at my dad, and hopefully he's watching this right now. I went, Dad, what the are these guys doing? What are
Yeah,
we doing? I mean, you guys are finally good. Trade him in a
bro.
heartbeat. Franchise him and trade him,
Yeah,
please. He's not now. Has he gotten better? Has he played better this year? Absolutely. And I think it's a testament to how good the Colts are and how poor the
yeah.
Giants were. Okay?
Look what is around Daniel Jones. That's where this whole concern starts, where we start hitting panic mode after one game. You play a pretty decent team after one game. Obviously, they lost to the Rams, who's a very good team. You start looking at like, okay, so we just played a good team, we lost. It's one loss. They're still the best team in the NFL, right? But then it's kind of deeper than that. It's like, why did we lose this game? And they lost. The score does not reflect what this game was. They had ended up 27-20. It was a blowout. I mean, I was comfortable. Steelers try to give games away, but in the fourth quarter, I'm like, the Steelers are easily going to win this game. I start looking, I'm like, why are the Colts losing so bad? Why is Jonathan Taylor not performing? Why is Tyler Warren not performing? Why is Michael Pittman non-existent? Why is the defense giving up, almost 30 points to a Steelers offense, which, by the way, we haven't talked about at all, but not utilizing DK Metcalf at all. Total waste of money so far. Not utilizing Jonnu Smith, who we traded Minka Fitzpatrick for. Jalen Ramsey's a safety because we have so many injuries. So there's just like I'm like, what's going on with the Colts? And we start looking at like, is this time to panic? Because this looked the first time Daniel Jones actually had to face some pressure. Right? He looked pressured and not comfortable, and that's exactly what it was like in New York.
And so this is something that I think is incredibly remarkable. The Steelers have the pedigree to be great, defensively especially, okay?
Yeah.
They have the name value. They for sure have the name value. But they've got the ability. They've just got to, harness focus on what they're good at, focus on that, which is what they did, okay?
Yeah.
What their identity should be is run stop. When the run is no longer working and the play action is inefficient, then we attack pass, and we're going to be able to get at the quarterback regardless. Now, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's generally what they're going to try and do, and hit
Yeah,
the
if we can stop the run, that shuts down one. And you talk about the best running back in the NFL. We shut down that option. They couldn't run Jonathan Taylor, so they forced Daniel Jones to
And so
pass.
this is the first game, exactly, Brody. This is the first game where Jonathan Taylor was a non-factor. It's his first game with less than 70 yards. He didn't have 60, he didn't have 50, he had 45 yards on the ground. He was a non-factor in the passing game. And this is with the fact that Daniel Jones had so many turnovers that he had to have 50 pass attempts and had 340 passing yards, and Jonathan Taylor was still a non-factor in the receiving game, which he hasn't been all year. He's been a big factor, okay? What's so crazy to me is that under the first time Jonathan Taylor wasn't good, under the first time a defense like the Steelers put pressure on Daniel Jones, he had 5 turnovers, 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. He put
Yeah,
he put the ball on the ground another time, just didn't lose it. I can't I can't in good conscience. I watched on ESPN, and I'm not gonna discredit these lists and all this kind of stuff, and I'm not gonna drop names, but there was a segment called uh uh like Time to Worry or Just a Bad Game. And everybody was like, it's just a bad game. What? Are you kidding me? The game they lost in the beginning of the year was against the Rams, who is a contender. Who is
yeah,
a contender, okay? And then you finally faced another competitive team, a good team, and I know the score says you lost by one position. You got the brakes beaten off you. You got the
Yeah.
Your quarterback played miserable. Your running back didn't do anything. The offensive line was not efficient. The person that's usually the guy who gets deep balls and go routes had 14 targets. What?
Yeah.
What? Is this Jamar Chase? Did Alec Pierce wake up one morning and his melanin changed and he's Jamar Chase? No. What the are the Colts doing? I mean, all credit to them and how they've played. This is not anything that I feel. I truly do worry for that team.
Yeah, and that's perfectly said, and it lies right into the fundamental aspect of, is Daniel Jones a fundamentally good quarterback? No, he's not. We've seen it. I'm sorry, there's no defending him anymore unless he completely comes out and slings the pigskin the rest of the year all over us. I'm already impressed with Daniel Jones this year. He's absolutely taken a step forward. He's proven that he can be a good system quarterback. Can Daniel Jones do it on his own? No. The game against the Rams, 2 interceptions, right? And you're like, oh, interceptions happen. Interceptions against one of the best teams, you can't make interceptions like that. You can't have mistakes like that. Jonathan Taylor only had 70 yards in that game. Now, 70 yards is 70 yards, but it's Jonathan Taylor. 70 yards, no touchdown, 20 yards receiving, no touchdown. It's another game where they were limited. So whenever you limit these options, can they really rely on Daniel Jones? That's why they drafted Anthony Richardson, to be the other factor, the superstar factor. He's blown that. That's his fault. Daniel Jones, you can't lean into it, you know?
And so think about this, all right? Jonathan Taylor, 70 rushing yards, 20 receiving yards in that game, 90 all-purpose, okay? That's his second worst game of the year, all right? And they lost. Every other game, he's been elite. And 70 rushing yards and 20 receiving yards isn't a bad game by any means. It really isn't, regardless if you're an elite running back or not. I mean, if Christian McCaffrey had 70 rushing yards and 20 receiving yards, obviously I would hope for a couple touchdowns for fantasy purposes. But I'd be like, okay, that's fine. I mean, that's about what I expect. Christian McCaffrey's a 70 yards a game kind of guy. The fact that Jonathan Taylor has his second worst game, excluding the Steelers game, we'll just say that's his worst game, and they lose. And when Jonathan Taylor doesn't carry the load against the good team, Daniel Jones throws 2 interceptions because he doesn't have the running game that he would like to have, where Jonathan Taylor doesn't carry the load. The pressure, Jonathan Taylor. If I'm Jonathan Taylor and I'm getting my free agency soon, I don't know when he's eligible or anything like that, or when he can re-sign or extend. I want $40 million. I'm the quarterback of this. It's literally, you remember that Captain Phillips movie? I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain. Yeah, I'm the captain.
Jonathan Taylor,
Isn't it like, it's kind of like, and I'm so glad we're having this conversation, because this is probably something that other people won't talk about. This is great. This is a productive conversation, and me and Alex feel the exact same on this, which proves we aren't insane. Maybe we as two are insane, but we're not, because we watched the Steelers team that lost to Joe Flacco. Okay, this is a defense that gave up 30 to the Jets, the New York Jets. Okay, this is a team that the only reason they beat Drake May is because they couldn't hang on to the ball. This Steelers defense has not been playing up to par. There was a Steelers fan that literally put up a picture up here, right? And he literally, they're praying and kneeling down, mourning the loss of the Steelers defense. There's a Steelers casket with the defense inside. And then they come out and do this, and it's like, that's weird, right? Okay, they played up to par. So if the Steelers can play up to par like this, their offense looks good, but like it could be so much better. We know that. That's the display that the Steelers put on. So that's good for the Steelers. That looks great for them, right? The Steelers are now back in it, and they were never out of it, but now people are like, okay, we can actually take them serious when they play up to par. But now I look at the Indianapolis Colts, I'm like, we've already seen what they can play up to par, but like, is that the par? Like, was this just a bad game for the Colts, or was it? I think this is the Colts when they aren't playing a bad team, and whenever they can't get Jonathan Taylor going, they are screwed with Daniel Jones. And we kind of knew this coming into the season, but he's just had this miraculous season, so we've been going along with it. And I think if I'm a Colts fan, I'm like, shoot, we kind of getting exposed here, and you have to use the weapons. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up football here shortly here, but I have a question for you. If you're the Colts and and cap is not an issue, which it likely will be, for next year, everybody's talking about, oh, we're going to re-sign Daniel Jones. Yeah, let's re-sign Daniel Jones. If I'm Chris Ballard, who's the GM of the Colts, I don't know how confident I feel about that. Do you go Arizona? Is Kyler Murray available?
Yeah, I was just thinking about Arizona, because number one, if you put Jacoby Brissett in this Colts uniform like he has been, he plays the same game as Daniel Jones just played. maybe a little bit better. He's a safe player. We've seen that before. He's already been in a Colts uniform. I mean, Jacoby Brissett just got the job done for Arizona. What was the difference between putting him and Daniel Jones in the Colts roster? There's nothing in this game. Daniel Jones looked terrible. I think Jacoby Brissett could have gotten the job done. I don't know, or at least done what Daniel Jones did. If you put Kyler Murray in there, and I don't think Kyler Murray is a top 10 quarterback at all. He's struggling to get top 15, but his talent is there. So around the Colts roster, Kyler Murray could probably demolish teams because he has the arm talent, he has the speed, he reads defenses okay. He could do things that Daniel Jones can't. So yeah, if I'm in the offseason, I'm not sticking with Daniel Jones. I'm sorry, this Colts team is not going to win the Super Bowl. They're not going to win. Watch them win the Super Bowl and come back to this. But they're not going to win the Super Bowl. He's not a long-term solution. And I thought that was the plan. You know what I'm saying?
Could you imagine read option?
Yeah.
Jonathan
Taylor and Kyler Murray. That's just like.
And I don't know if Kyler Murray's ever had the protection that the Colts currently offer.
No,
right
he's
now.
always had a really poor offensive line. So yeah. I mean, I just want to say one thing pertaining to this is great NFL talk. This has been awesome. One thing that I just wanted to mention is Marvin Harrison had a kind of a breakout game, which is just disappointing that it's year 2. But you know what? That's fine. He has inconsistent quarterback play. Really good game. But the route he ran to get on Deron Bland was like Big X the plug. If you guys ever seen it where he's like, and then he runs. I mean, Marvin Harrison's a phenomenal route runner, but what the heck was Deron Bland doing? I mean, he just looks like a freaking idiot. It's not like, I would have at least stayed with him, but he just like completely just goes one direction, trips himself up, and does a flip and like a cartwheel. He does a barrel roll. I don't understand what this is, and this is the guy the Cowboys decided to pay $90 million to instead of Micah Parsons. So
you know what that reminds me of? In like Looney Tunes when the legs start going really fast and they go in a circle and they go yabba yabba doo. That's literally what it is, bro.
Yeah, it is.
All right, we're gonna touch on one other game here real quick.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say,
yeah.
So did Adonai Mitchell get traded?
Yes, he did.
Dude, I didn't even see that. He was a part of the Sauce trade?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, because I was going to say, let the Steelers hand him over, man. I'll take him. That's crazy. He hasn't even got... That's wild. I understand he made a big mistake. He's really talented. I mean, unless there's internal locker room problems there, trading, that's wild.
Yeah.
Anyways, also Rashid
Shaheed.
Yes. Mouthful there. I was with the Seahawks now. The Seahawks are Super Bowl contenders.
I think, and we'll touch on this here. Golly, there's so much to talk about. Okay, I think that's the trade of the best trade that a team made.
Why couldn't the Steelers do that?
Could you imagine getting Rashid Shaheed and giving? It's like protection in a batting lineup in baseball. Giving DK Metcalf somebody. Oh, I don't need a safety over top me every single time. Awesome.
Yeah.
Because you need to. Yeah. You can't not have a safety on Rashid Shaheed. That guy's a burner. That guy is a burner, and he's shifty. Yeah. Again, this is a lot of some trade conversations here. We're gonna try and be as efficient as we can with time, but we've got to talk about this Bears-Bengals game. Caleb Williams. I mean, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 2 catches, 22 yards, 50 yards on the ground. Did we just watch? Did we just watched the most complete game in football history, Brody? I don't know, man.
Well, and we have to talk about Kyle Meningai.
Meningai!
Dude, from Rutgers, absolutely nuts. And this is a guy that I'm looking on my fantasy waivers, and I'm like...
I almost picked him up, too. I was really thinking about it.
I'm like, okay, this is a second option guy, right? Because DeAndre Swift's on that team. I was like, second option guy. I'm like, I recognize him from Rutgers last year. He's a 7th round pick. I'm like, okay, nah, I'm not going to pick him up, whatever. What the 26 carries, 176 yards, 3 catches, 22 yards, 198 all-purpose yards. Thank you, Alex, for the stat. What? I know who I'm picking up. I mean, is he going to have this success every game? No, because he's playing the Bengals defense. But what a game. So they had the run game going. They had Caleb Williams, who's not played well ever since I said that he was playing well. And Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco, now minus the interceptions, Joe Flacco has never played like this. And I said this whenever he beat the Steelers. Prime Joe Flacco with the Ravens, he's a 200-yard guy, maybe a 300-yard guy. 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns.
Joe Flacco on the Ravens is a 22 for 37, 206 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception performance every week.
Exactly. And he gets the job done. They have a great defense with the Ravens. Now he's putting up 400 yards because he's got 2 best receivers in the league. Not literally, but 2, the best two options, and they still can't win. Do you know how frustrating this is for Joe Burrow? Actually, Joe Burrow is probably smiling a little bit because he's like, now you have to know what I put up last year. He puts up MVP type numbers. I think he should have won the MVP, but they couldn't win a game. They couldn't get in the playoffs because their defense is so bad. I just hope this makes the Bengals, and I'm not a Bengals fan, but I hope this makes their office realize that Zach Taylor's got to go. They need extreme changes on defense. Extreme. They need extreme changes on offensive line. Go ahead, Alex.
Yeah, so real quick. This is not Zach Taylor's fault. Zach Taylor's an offensive guy. The offense.
It's not Zach Taylor's fault. It's not Zach Taylor's fault at all. But now we are into season 2 of the same result week after week. When do you start saying there needs to be a coaching change?
And I get it. But what you hired Zach Taylor for was to develop, and then once developed, lead Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
As far as I've seen, he's done a pretty damn good job. That offense is humming. Is humming. Now, is the defense one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in my life? Yeah, no, it is. It literally makes me want to peel my eyes out. It's so bad. Okay? But that's not his fault. And I get so upset. With people on like Twitter being like, this is what happens when you pay Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and Joe Burrow all your money. Sorry, it just happens. I did these rage baiting personalities get me sick. What? That's so stupid. Jared Goff makes $50 million a year. Amon-Ra St. Brown makes $30 million a year. Jameson Williams makes $25 a year. Demo got paid. Aiden Hutchinson just got paid. Kirby Joseph got paid.
Also,
McNeil got paid.
The Lions have been dealing with injuries on secondary, and they're still not as bad as people want them to be. I think that they have seen better defensive days, but they are still so much better than the Bengals. And that's where, although if they had some playmakers on defense, it's a coaching problem. Now, it might not solely be on Zach Taylor. This is on defensive coordinators. This is on the GM for not figuring this out for 2 seasons. This is a total organization meltdown. And I have a friend that's a Bengals fan. It's a meltdown, and he it's sad. He's upset watching this every week. However, there's got to be, what's the change, right? It's just like Tomlin. If this continues with the Steelers' defense, which it didn't this last week, if they had continued poor defensive play, you're like, okay, Terrell Austin, he's out of here. But at what point do I look at Mike Tomlin and go, Mike Tomlin just puts up the same thing every year? You know what I'm saying? And this is year 2. It is a drafting problem. And maybe they keep drafting.
Jamar Stewart has less tackles than Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, the wide receiver, has more tackles than the first-round pick for the Cincinnati Bengals, who held out, by the way. What are we doing? Why are we not looking at the character? Why are we looking at Brody?
Hey, you want the answer? Okay. It's the Bengals, man. Do they care about character? Do you remember Vontez Burfict? Remember Pac-Man Jones, West Virginia legend?
Hey, now,
They didn't care about character. They didn't care much about character, did they? And I thought that left with Marv Lewis, but apparently it's back with Jamar Stewart.
Andy Dalton was just, that guy's an asshole.
Dude, what's crazy? So, real quick, and then we'll move on. I used to watch those games all the time, right? Me and my dad. My dad is actually, he was on a trip, and I was texting him, little 12-year-old Brody's watching Andy Dalton shred in his prime against the Steelers. He's got A.J. Green to his right. Absolutely nasty. And I'm texting my dad on my grandma's phone. I'm like, this dang little redheaded elf keeps shredding up our defense. And then I'm like, man, I hate Vontez Burfict. He's such a dirty goon. And I'm texting him all these messages, and those Bengals days, dude, I mean, Pac-Man Jones, I hate Pac-Man Jones. And I know he went to West Virginia. He's been in jail before. Not that athletes haven't been in jail before.
Oh, my gosh.
He's not a good guy. He's not a good guy.
Brody.
So anyways, criminal charges aside, that Bengals defense, and that specifically the defense, but the offense, Giovanni Bernard, these guys played hard. They played really, Jeremy Hill from LSU, they played really hard. It was a really good Bengals team. But when Lewis got fired and he left, they bring in Zach Taylor. It's a much better culture now, but I feel like the defensive culture is just lazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're okay scoring 40 points on offense, obviously like last year. Where's the urgency on defense? You know, you get Jamar Stewart, but you draft a guy who was going to go back into the draft. I've never seen that before. So what do you need to do on defense to like actually tell these guys, hey, can you just tackle Colson Loveland and not let him run for a 60-yard touchdown?
Yeah, you know what maybe we need to do? Maybe we need to put a Big Mac in the backfield for Shamar Stewart and let his big back ass go
Yeah,
tackle the quarterback. Good Lord. Hit him late for
this is
at least be dirty. They're not dirty anymore. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they need to be horrible people again, okay? Because
yeah,
that Bengals defense was running around the field when they were dirty. All right, put a pair of brass knuckles on and just
yeah. Or else Jamar Chase is about to go out there and do it himself. He's sick of this team. And I think he should be traded to the Steelers. So anyways, thanks for letting us rant, guys. That's all I have, Alex. Do you have anything else to say in the NFL slate?
Nah, I mean, we're taking a lot of time, so let's move
But it's
on.
good time. This is fun.
Yeah, usually we would let this conversation go on for maybe another hour if we could.
Yeah.
But
It's also, these conversations are great whenever Alex and I agree like we have today, because it's just like a snowball. It just gets bigger and bigger, and we're both like pointing things out, and it keeps adding to the pile.
yeah,
So it's great. Anyways, take us to our next topic, Alex.
I promised some miscellaneous categories today, so we're gonna talk about the arts, and I'll say this world couldn't live with sports and how important sports are for our culture and the world as a whole. Uh, we damn sure couldn't live without the arts, music, film, storytelling. It's just
Dang
beautiful.
right.
And
You
so,
dang right.
in doing that, while I am being so sentimental to Brody and I's love, let's talk about some things that we're excited to watch, what's coming out soon, what we are watching, and then we'll get on to some music because that's ultimately what Brody and I do with our lives. Which is why we don't talk about it anyways all the time, because Brody and I are so annoyed with the fact that we do it all the time that
Yeah.
we don't really come onto the podcast and go, oh, bro, wait, beta, wait.
Dude, let's talk about pull out the theory book. Theory.
Rondo form, simple binary.
Bro pulled out Rondo form in the middle of a podcast. That is awesome. Okay, guys, movies. There's been, as we talked about, the summer of movies. It was a great summer of movies. Alex and I saw a handful of them. Now we are into this fall era. This now going into this cold burr, cuddle by the fire, get your Christmas movies out. But now we've got some movies that are hitting the theaters. I'm excited about Running Man. All right. I'm excited about Predator Badlands. That's about to come out. I just recently saw Tron Ares. Alex has Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I've never seen any of these movies.
You've never seen Now You See Me?
No.
You don't get to say a word to me about what I have and haven't watched if you haven't seen Now You See Me.
No, come on. That is not a game-changing movie. No way. That is not.
I'm gonna put that on the story. I'm gonna make a poll.
Look, I'm gonna say so. There's movies like Goodfellas. I haven't seen Goodfellas.
What?
We talked about this.
I'm so sorry. We might need to cut that because I just screamed into my mic.
Okay, I've seen both. I've seen Godfather 1 and 2. I just haven't seen Goodfellas, just because, I don't know. I'm going to, but I just haven't thus far. But we should go down a list of the 100 greatest movies and see who has seen more. Do you want to do that? That'd be fun.
That'll be our game.
Okay. But wait. Before we get to this, back to The Running Man. The Running Man looks phenomenal. And if you guys have not, that's based off a Stephen King book, I believe. And it was...
That's a Stephen King book?
Yeah, you want to
No,
check it?
it's not.
It is.
Running Man book. What? Really?
Yep.
That's crazy. Didn't know that.
I just looked up because I was typing really fast who wrote Rimming Man. So anyways, The Running Man. There's an 80s movie called The Running Man that is based off the book with Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's actually really fun. It's cheesy, but it's fun. This is a complete reboot. A little bit different, but it has Glenn Powell, who's in everything. He's been in Chad Powers, which I've been watching, which has been pretty good. So he's in everything. I'm really excited to see this. This is directed by the same director that made Baby Driver. Ooh. So if you liked Baby Driver, this is going to have this style. It's Edgar Wright. He makes really good movies. He has a lot of style with all of his movies. So I'm really excited to see that. I just saw Tron Ares. It's getting like 50-something% on Rotten Tomatoes because people are like tired of Disney and people are oversaturation. But the audience score is really high. It was good. It was really good. Alex, you'd like it. It's just action and adventure. It's like a Transformers movie. It's very good. The CGI is really good, for the most part, and the story's pretty good. I liked it. Jared Leto was okay. He wasn't terrible. He usually ruins every single action movie he's ever in. He was pretty good because he played a pretty tame character that didn't have a lot of lines. So, or a lot of emotion. So he was pretty good overall.
Here, I got a basis question for us here, okay?
Yeah, go for
The
it.
most recent Captain America.
Yeah.
Brave New World or whatever it's called. Did you like that?
No.
Okay. I was just saying where we were, at a baseline.
Hell no.
I don't think I'd like the new Tron movie. Jared Leto does not make my wood rise when I get out of bed.
That's wild, but it's true. It's. I can't believe you just said that.
But
true.
do you know what does? It's the Running Man. It's funny. Running Man is Running Man and Total Recall, the two original ones, because there's now remakes about both. Were the first two R-rated movies I ever watched, because my dad was getting really upset that he wasn't allowed to watch R-rated movies when I was.
Have you seen? You saw the '80s Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
They're both Arnold
Dude,
movies.
They're so Total Recall is really good.
It's the first movie. Yes, it's the first time actually, literally in my life, I ever saw boobs.
Total Recall?
Huh?
Total Recall?
Yeah.
You mean the three boobs, right?
Yeah, the three boobs. And so I asked my dad. I was like, "Is that real?" He goes, "Yeah, Alex, they're super real." And you know what's so funny too? Golly, I'm gonna get so much slack by somebody if we post this as a clip. This is gonna be chalked to all I have.
They're so obviously fake rubber.
Yeah, well, I'm 8 years old. I watched this when I was super young. Okay, when I was a kid, I didn't think like girls had nipples.
Oh God! What?
So I was like, Dad, what is that?
What?
I was like, why does she have those?
Why would your brain think that?
It's because I just remember when I was a kid, like, the idea of cleavage. I was like, they're just showing, like, because that's all they got. Like, there's no nipples there. Like, nipples are for guys. And so I was just so confused. And I just figured, after watching Total Recall and Running Man, I was like,
what?
I can't even with a straight face. Bro, it's so bad.
That's wild. So, anyways, you're excited for the Running Man because yeah. So these classic movies that are getting kind of rebooted, it's kind of cool to see. And I think the Running Man is going to have a lot of differences. It's going to be the same concept based off the book, but I believe it's going to be a lot more involved than the '80s movie one, the one in the '80s. So I think it'll be more involved. I think it'll be really good. Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I can't speak on this. You're gonna have to speak on this, but this is a huge cast. It's a huge cast for this movie.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna be good?
Probably not.
I've seen the trailer too many times for it to not look good. It doesn't look good anymore.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Have something in your hands for me. Have something that I could also have in my hands. What is that? Grab like a piece of paper or something.
Oh, guys, that's my squishy corgi. All right. Here's a paper towel.
I see. This is basically the Now You See Me trailer. Okay. I see you have paper towel in your hand. You mean this paper towel? That's essentially the Now You See Me.
Guys, he lied. It's right here. He's not actually a magician.
No. That's essentially the Now You See Me trailer. And they're like, we're gonna pull off a heist against Rosamund Pike's character. And it's like, okay, bro, what are we doing? The first one.
This is why I have not seen the movies. I don't have any interest. They look corny and
No.
cheesy.
The first one, goated. All right, Jesse Eisenberg, Woody Harrelson, Dave Franco, Isla Fisher, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Mark Ruffalo. Like, I mean, you might as well throw like, I don't even know. Everybody's in there. It's so good. Second one's okay. It's not bad, but it's okay.
Okay.
I just don't anticipate the third one.
You know what? I will check out the first one for you. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, but you need to watch the first Predator.
I don't want to watch the first Predator. I don't wanna.
Speaking of, there's a new Predator movie called Predator Badlands. It looks really good. It's getting great Rotten Tomato reviews right now after the first initial reviews. It stars Elle Fanning. Is it Ellie? Elle Fanning? I think it's Elle.
It's actually Elle Fanning.
Elle Fanning. So Elphaba is in this one. They actually casted a real Predator monster. It's not an actor. It's a real Predator. So this should be really fun to see.
What's his name? Bill Cosby.
Yeah. I was gonna make a joke, but I didn't want to be the one to make it, so I'm glad you did. Anyways, yeah. So I'm excited to see this. I'm a huge fan of the franchise, but they've massively screwed up the franchise at points. Prey was great, and this is the same director as Prey, so this should be pretty good. I'm excited to see this. It takes place from the Predator's perspective, where we're following a predator. There's like not humans in this movie, not a lot of them. So this should be exciting to see. Yeah, I'm excited for that. So
You know what would be cool, man?
yeah,
Is if Transformers took a page out of the book and decided, hey, maybe we don't want a lot of humans in this one. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Let me just get a robot movie, dude.
I mean, Transformers 1, the animated one, so good, by the way. Everybody needs to go watch that. I really hope they make another one. But if we're going to do live action, please do Michael Bay's version of Transformers. I don't want that ugly-ass Rise of the Beast Transformers again, by the way, just saying. Yeah, why the f can't we just do something on Cybertron, please? Anyways, I'm sorry, I'm gonna get...
It's because all of Michael Bay's movies need like humans to cuss. Dude, he throws a massive amount of cuss words in his movies for like kid-oriented subjects of like robots. It's completely a kid's toy in subject. Those movies are kind of harsh. I can't even lie. Okay, that's also me being a baby. Now, give me a second. I'm gonna look up. We'll go based on. Are you okay doing IMDb? IMDb. Hey, IMDb.
Yes, I nodded my head, Brody.
Okay.
I nodded emphatically. Oh yeah, you can't see me. I'm sorry. My bad.
I was like, wait. Okay, can you see my screen?
Die, my love.
Die, my love. Okay, so this is the top. So we have to take a tally. Okay, does that make sense?
I got you. Let me get I need another note card.
Okay, we'll just tally for what we've seen out of 100. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Okay, guys, me and Alex are gonna face off here. Not really face off, but kind of. Yeah. It's no. This is a total face off. This is a showdown. So we are both movie fanatics. We love movies. We've seen a lot of movies, so we're gonna go based off of IMDb top 100 movies of all time. Okay, and we're gonna see who has seen the most out of this list. Are we ready, Alex?
Yeah.
Okay. Shawshank Redemption, I have seen.
I have.
The Godfather,
Yep.
I have seen.
Yep.
Dark Knight,
Yep.
I haven't seen Schindler's List.
Me neither.
I need to. 12 Angry Men, I haven't seen that.
I have.
Is it good?
Yes, it's one of the best movies ever.
Yeah. Well, I might have seen it in English.
I'm not giving you that, bud.
I'm not gonna count it, but we watched the entire scene where they're debating. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Yes, I've seen that.
Haven't seen it.
You haven't? Have you seen any of the Lord of the Rings movies?
No, I haven't.
Alex.
All right,
Alex.
So I'm starting off a little bit behind now.
My boy, Alex.
They killed my boy. Godfather Part 2.
How they massacred my boy. Yes, I've seen Godfather 2. Okay. Fellowship of the Ring, I have seen.
Okay.
I've never seen Inception. I need to watch
Inception.
it. Is it as good as people say it is?
Yeah, I watched it. Actually, I watched it for the first time this year.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Fight Club, yes. You've seen Fight Club, right?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Pulp Fiction, yeah.
Okay. How did you like Pulp Fiction?
It's good.
I love Pulp Fiction.
I think it's a little overrated, to be honest. But I think it's good. It's really stylistically good, but I just think it's a little overrated. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's also, I've seen it twice. One time with commercials, which was brutal.
Yeah.
And the other time I was like too young for it at the time. So the second time I saw it, I actually understood it, but it was, I don't know. I don't like how it's told out of order, but I know it all connects. Forrest Gump.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen Forrest Gump.
I haven't seen Forrest Gump.
You haven't seen? Okay. We should just stop while we're here. You haven't seen Forrest Gump?
The good,
Dude,
the bad,
Sarah,
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Sarah's gonna be so upset, man.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
I haven't seen this.
I have seen that one.
3 hours.
I haven't seen that. Did you watch that Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, I've seen all the Hobbits, all of Lord of the Rings.
Interstellar.
No, still haven't seen it.
Really? Okay.
I honestly I've been saving it for to watch it with somebody, but I don't know who.
I'm not gonna tell you the ones I've seen, and then you'll find out at the end. Okay.
Okay. The Matrix.
You got it?
Yeah. I haven't seen Goodfellas. What?
It's an Indian movie.
12?
It's Hindi.
No, I haven't seen 12 Fail. Have you?
12. I have not.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Okay, Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, obviously. Silence of the Lambs. Yes. 7. What's in the box? Yeah. I haven't seen The Green Mile. I have not seen City of God. Yeah, I've seen Terminator 2. It's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Okay.
All right. Saving Private Ryan. Yes, I've seen that.
Yep.
I haven't seen Spirited Away.
I haven't either. That's crazy.
Life is Beautiful. I haven't seen this.
No, me neither.
Yeah, A New Hope, obviously. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a Wonderful Life. Yep.
Which one is that? Oh yeah. Okay.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Yep.
Seven Samurai. I've never seen this one.
Nope. I haven't either.
54. Kiri.
Harakiri.
I've never seen that. Back to the Future. Yeah. One of my favorite movies of all time. Psycho. I've never seen all the way through, so I can't credit it.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Psycho?
I don't know. Is that the one
I
about
haven't
Norman
seen
Bates?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen the original.
Parasite. I haven't seen this. My dad and my sister watched it and they said it was really good. Okay. The Prestige. Nope. Whiplash. Yeah.
I'd be surprised if the drummer hadn't seen Whiplash.
Come on, man. That's one of my favorite movies of the past, 20 years. The Departed.
Have you?
No.
Wow!
Is this Matt Damon?
It's Matt Damon's Leonardo. Listen to this cast: Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mark Wahlberg, Casey Affleck, Jack Nicholson, Alec Baldwin.
Jack Nicholson? I'm in.
This
I'm
cast
in.
is loaded. It's a Scorsese film too.
Okay. Django Unchained. Django, sorry.
Did you watch that?
I know I've never seen Django Unchained.
Wow.
I need to see it. Alien. Yes. You've
Okay.
never seen Alien. And
I
that's
have seen
that's
Alien.
So, you've seen Alien?
Yep.
Actually?
I've seen Alien and Aliens. Haven't seen any of the other ones. Actually, I've seen Prometheus as well.
Do you like them?
No.
Why don't you like them? Because they're scary?
I watched them when I was like 15 on vacation, and it was just on the
Dude,
TV.
Aliens is amazing. The Usual Suspects is one of the greatest movies ever made, so yes, I've seen that one. Gladiator, Are You Not Entertained? Yes, I've seen that one. Never seen Leon the Professional. I've been wanting to watch this with my dad. American History X. Haven't seen that one. The Untouchables. Yeah, is this the? This isn't the Untouchables, like the good Untouchables. What?
Next, come on.
All right, The Pianist. Never seen it. Adrian Brody.
Cross the Spotted.
Yep. The Lion King. Yep.
The original, yeah.
Once Upon a Time in the West. Nope.
Wait,
Grave.
can you zoom in on that one? Is that Clint Eastwood?
I don't think this one is Clint Eastwood.
No,
Charles
okay,
Bronson.
I didn't see that one.
Grave of the Fireflies.
Nope.
Never seen that. Casablanca.
Casablanca. Have you
Never
seen
seen it.
Really?
Yeah, even though it's talked about in the La La Land. Rear Window. No, that's Jimmy though.
Mm-hmm.
That's Alfred Hitchcock.
I haven't seen
Cinema,
any
no.
of these through 55. I haven't seen any of the ones through
Okay, I
55.
haven't seen that. Yes, The Shining. Please tell me you've seen The Shining, Alex.
I have not.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen Coco either.
I'm sorry, Coco at 57. What are we doing?
Okay. Have you seen Inglourious Basterds?
I haven't. I need to.
Yes.
Have you noticed there's this trend? I haven't seen like a lot of Leonardo DiCaprio movies or Brad Pitt movies. I don't really enjoy them as actors. Dune Part 2, yeah, I've seen that. Ento, Alex, I hope you've seen this one.
I have not.
You need to watch this. It's really good. Endgame, yep. Dark Knight Rises, yep. Are you getting all these?
Yep.
All right. Raiders of the Lost Ark, yep.
Yep.
Apocalypse Now, yep. Aliens, yep. Infinity War, yep.
Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm trying to tally as fast as I can. Okay. The Lives of Others.
Nope. Never seen it.
No.
Your Name, nope. Amadeus, yep. You need to watch Amadeus, dude. It's so good. Spider-Man, yep. Okay. Wall-E.
Yep.
Yeah. I've never seen this. I've never seen Three Idiots either. I've never seen Das Boot. I've never seen Sunset Boulevard. Never seen Witness for the Prosecution. Paths of Glory, nope. High and Low, nope. The Great Dictator, nope. Good Will Hunting, yes. Come and See. What is this? I've never seen this. Never seen that. Never seen Old Boy. Never seen Requiem for a Dream. Apparently it's like insanely over the top. The Hunt. Nope, never seen that. I've never seen Incendies. Incendies nuts. I've never seen American Beauty, although I hear it's great. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, yes. Joker, yes.
Okay.
Look at that Metascore, man. Yowza! 2001, never seen it.
Okay.
Braveheart, yep.
Brody, I want you to know these next 10 mean a lot.
Okay, I've never seen Once Upon a Time in America.
That's the original one too, so I can't say that I've seen it.
Okay, Toy Story. Yeah,
Yep.
I've never seen this one.
No.
Okay, Doctor. Oh no, I've been meaning to watch this. No, I haven't seen this. Okay, I've seen Lawrence of Arabia. I've seen Lawrence of Arabia. I've seen the Ten Commandments. I've seen Ben-Hur. All those.
Wait, hold on.
Uh,
Can you click Lawrence of Arabia? I just need to see if I've.
Classic, man.
I
It's one of
think
those that's like 4 hours.
I think I've probably seen it then.
Oh, Alex.
I don't know
Alex,
actually.
we Alex when he tries to.
I will say I probably have, but I won't count it because I don't like. It
Okay.
might have been when I was like 6.
Okay.
Brody complaining that he has to go spend 10 seconds scrolling.
Okay. Me when I scroll all day on Instagram, but I have to minorly inconveniently scroll on IMDB. Toy Story 3, yes, absolutely. Return of the Jedi, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I have not seen either of these last 3.
Really?
No.
You've never seen Singing in the Rain?
I've never seen Singing in the Rain. I know you haven't seen Ikiru.
Ikiru? No, I haven't.
Have you seen The Apartment?
I have not. You wanna know how many? You want to see how many we each have?
Yeah, I can't. Wait, let me get back to my screen. Let me pin you. Is that dead even?
It's 43 to 43.
Is it actually?
You talk like you have seen so many more movies than me, okay?
That's wild. I don't believe you. No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I'm not a sore loser. No, I mean, we both like movies. There's a few that, like, I'm blown away. Like, Now You See Me does not matter. However, Goodfellas matters. I should watch Goodfellas. You haven't seen any of the Lord of the Rings? You got to fix that.
You haven't seen
Lord of the
Django.
Rings. Okay, but Lord of the Rings.
Django.
Lord of the Rings changed special effects for good.
Avatar changed special effects for
No,
good.
it did not. No, it did not. Also, Avatar special effects are child's play compared to the new Planet of the Apes movies. I hope you know that. And for anybody watching this, it's not even close. The Planet of the Apes has the best CGI I have ever seen. So, have you ever seen the Planet of the Apes movies?
I have seen. Actually, I love the Planet of the Apes movie. War is critically acclaimed. That's my least favorite one.
I love it. I think it's great. I think Rise is special because it's the first one.
Rise is good. James
Franco
Franco's fun in it. Dawn is one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, Dawn is incredible, and I think that War is great. And I also the new Kingdom one, although it resets the palette, I thought it was phenomenal. But
it is a great day to be alive.
Don't you think that the special effects in those is outstanding?
Oh no, it's great. It really is great. But it's not. It's Avatar's world building.
Well, that's the new one was. That's the new Planet of the Apes was the first one where there's like barely any humans, so they actually had to build a world. The Avatar world itself is amazing. I just think the Na'vi characters look a little cheesy sometimes. Other times they look phenomenal. So it's kind of just case by case.
Brody
however,
calling somebody Brody calling something cheesy is like
I woke up feeling the cheesiest, coach. So anyways, by the way, James Cameron, yeah,
ball game.
Hey, what is it? Swaggy P around, Mick misses it. So anyways, what was I gonna say? I was gonna say one more thing just for you. Oh, dude. Anyways, James Cameron made Avatar. He made Aliens. Did you know that?
He made Terminator too.
And they're phenomenal. Dude, you need to watch Aliens again. I love Aliens. Alien is great. Alien is great. It's a classic. But Aliens is like actually one step above that. And the new Alien Romulus, you're missing out, man. That movie was awesome. Okay. Well, you ready to end this thing?
I think we should talk about some of the stuff that we're watching and what we suggest, and then sure.
Sure. Go for it.
You start. I don't want to start.
Okay, guys. We're back on. So, as you saw there, dead even 43-43. That's insane. That was absolutely insane. Alex and I have seen a lot of movies. We've seen a lot of more movies that are not on that list that honestly should be on that list. So, we'll keep talking about film. Hope you enjoyed that little show off. Hopefully, you guys counted how many films you knew as well. Now, before we go, Alex and I are going to give you some recommendations for what we're watching recently. I myself been watching Chad Powers. I'm about 4 episodes in. Really good so far. I tried watching the Ed Gein story. It was really creepy, and I've seen the Jeffrey Dahmer one and the Menendez brothers one. Not a fan of this one. I don't know. Really weird. Too weird. To the point where like the story is getting faded. I'm a huge fan of The Chosen. I've been watching The Chosen with my dad a lot. Great TV, really great story of the Bible if you're interested. So Alex, what shows have you been watching? What should I watch?
What Brody's also missing that's one of his favorites. It was a classic of his. Is go on YouTube. It's kissing compilation.
What? Alex, you're such a goober, man. Alex at age 4 on YouTube. Hot naked booby woman, tall big. Hey, me who bagged a girl first week there.
Okay, and
Wait, where's my Heisman pose? See my hand? It's all right. We've all been there. Alex, what are you watching, man?
I'm getting back into Landman. Season 2 comes out in 2 weeks.
Have you watched Tulsa King?
We've talked about this.
You have, right?
I'm going to.
Okay, I'll let you finish. Sorry, I cut you off.
It's not okay. It's not okay. Not okay. And then if I'm recommending some stuff, I'd recommend like Invincible on Amazon Prime. It's animated, but goodness me, I mean the storytelling is great. Have you finished the last season, Brody?
Didn't watch the last season.
What?
Dude, I lost steam there. I graduated and it was like the last season came out. And I was busy. I don't know. I need to catch up with it though.
But yeah, Invincible's really good. Watch that. It's great. And if you feel like you want to be like kind of a pimp and feel cool, Entourage on HBO Max. It's really good.
It's been around for a while, right?
Yep. You got anything you want to
Yeah.
suggest, Brody?
No, dude. I think I'm watching stuff on my own. So, like I said, the Runarounds a few weeks ago. I said I started watching that. You should watch that. Great band. It's like Outer Banks, but like mixed with making a band. So if you like that kind of stuff, go watch that. It's on Amazon Prime.
Awesome.
Otherwise, I'm catching up. I'm living life, man. So.
And otherwise, I'm Alex Desai, and this is my co-host Brody Minnick. We have been the Starting Two Podcast. Thank you for watching on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, wherever you get your podcasts, all that kind of stuff. And we will see you next week. Peace.
See you guys.